Hi guys, I'm the British WW2 man, and today I got a video on how to edit a 1950s 60s shirt, British Army shirt like this, into being a Second World War British Collarless Shirt for enlisted men or NCOs. So let's get started. Well, first of all, what you need to do is you need to... oh, it's going to be shit. So, first of all, you need to take... basically, this is what you need to do to turn it into the collarless shirt. So, you need to take off the two front breast pockets, the epaulettes, and the collar, obviously. So, to start off with, I'm going to start off with the pockets. So what you need to do here is, you see there's a little part of a pocket here where the pocket is, the end of the pocket is. What you need to do is you need to get the sewing unpicker, quick unpick, and basically just hook it underneath there. Hard to do with just one hand, but I've already broken this thread there, but basically you kind of get the idea, and you basically do that until all of the thread freely breaks. So then it should hopefully go really quickly. I'm using a 1963 dated shirt, no, 1965 dated shirt, and I got this at the One Piece show for £1 last year. It is a bit of a shame I'm taking it to bits, but it's already been messed around with quite a bit by previous owners of it, such as someone's shaved the inside of it to stop it from being itchy. It's faded, it's got a stain there from an iodine stain. So yeah, basically. So you continue to do that until this is all off. Cut scene. So you've cut that off, and that basically means that now you need to start to remove the pocket. You can see that it's slightly a different colour, but that's just because it's been faded. Someone's left this out in the sun for a long time, and it's been ripped a teeny bit here. But anyway, it's been left out in the sun for a long time, so that's a different colour to that. This is one of the nice rare ones where someone's actually shaved the inside of it, because they used to get so itchy that they used to shave the insides to stop them from being so itchy. The collar's still a teeny bit itchy, and so's the end of the sleeves, but other than that it's fine to wear. I've worn it without anything underneath it, so it felt quite fine. So yeah, so what you need to do now is torch again. There you see there's kind of like a triangle there, and you need to unpick that, and then that should hopefully allow you to be able to just work with your seam ripper all the way down there. Remember not to rip, to only cut. Use the blade part of it to cut the thread. Don't cut the material, otherwise you ruin it, and it looks really bad. So yeah, I'll start it off to show you what it's like. You can see here, kind of hard to do and do this video and do this at the same time. Sorry about the lighting issues, but anyway, basically just returning this to the state it was when it was being sewn. That's basically what you're doing. You're not ruining it, you're just modifying it. That's what you need to remember. But make sure if you have a wartime dated one, or a 1950s one, or one that's in decent condition, never do what I'm doing to this. I'm only doing it to this one because my other one is in a really nice state and I don't want to ruin it. And this one it's in an okay state, just a teeny bit manky. Come on. It's gonna start soon. But anyway, you get the idea. So once you get that part done, you see there, it should be easy as pie. To take off a matter of seconds. Crikey, there's a lot of dirt in there. This would have been once a fine shirt, now it's been changed into an even finer one. Let's saw action in front. So, front of the pocket is off, and you can see quite notably that the colour change. There's a big colour change or colour difference, but that is going to be under your jacket, so no one's going to know. And it will be the tunic, so no one's going to mind. So yeah, and just all you need to do now is just unpick all of this crappy stuff, and pick that stuff. It should be fine. That is the original colour of the wool, and that is the colour that it's now changed to. So you can see there's quite a drastic difference. So now you need to do that on the other one, and I'll do it on that one and then show you what to do afterwards. So, cutscene. Now you might notice that when you've taken off this pocket here, the left pocket, some of them have this, which is just for pencils. You just take that off in exactly the same way as you've been taking the others off. So, see here with the camera's not focusing in, but you see there's a little thing that's basically just holding the thing to the shirt. And you just pick a bit at that, and then it'll just come away pretty easily, see. And so you basically just do that. Cutscene. So once you've taken this off, then the shirt should be looking something like this. This is the slightly later variant of the shirt, because the earlier variants were only up to here. So from there down to there, and they stop but this isn't one of those variants, but it's virtually the same. No one's going to know once I'm wearing it. So the next thing you need to do is to cut this bit off here. So, well, not cut it off, just unpick it. So these are the epaulettes. They're really nice, and I'd like to keep them on, but fortunately they didn't have them on the collar shirts during the war, so they have to go. With these, the pockets and stuff, you need to make sure that you label them or put them in a bag somewhere, so you know that they're both from the left or the right. This is from the left. And you need to remember that just in case you want to convert it back, because this is a reversible change. Because if you want to really change it back, you can, but it'd be hard. But it wouldn't be impossible. So, yep. So let's get on with this. Basically, you'll just unpick. Oh, great. There's me thinking that you just had to unpick it. But I slightly underestimated the engineering of these. Because basically you just have to unpick all of the stitches here. And once you've unpicked all those stitches, you're going to have to unpick part of the arm because it's folded underneath, but then you can easily sew that out by hand. So, cutscene. So yeah, this is what I meant. So you unpick all those stitches, and you basically just got to unpick along all these stitches here, which basically means that you're also unpicking part of the arm. You need to be very careful when you're doing this, because you don't want to muck it up, because if you muck it up, you've not only just mucked up the epaulette, but you've also mucked up the sleeve. That's another reason why you should do it with a manky shirt like this one, because it's kind of making it better than it was when it before. Anyway, so fudges, wanting to unpick. Come on. One thing. Anyway, so it's gonna be a cutscene. Yeah, so once you've unpicked this, then my one's slightly just fell to bits when I unpicked the epaulette, so kind of means that it's going to be an irreversible change. So anyway, you do that. Now you put that with all the stuff from the left side, or the right side of the tunic, the shirt rather, that you've taken it off, and then you just unpick this button, which should be quite easy, and voila, the button is off. Put that with the stuff from the left side, then you do exactly the same on the right hand side, and then I'll do a cutscene and it'll be on the collar. So now the shirt should look like this. You've cut off remove the two pockets and the pencil holder and the two epaulettes. So now for the final move, or one of the final moves, is the collar. Now this is quite hard to do because it just is, but it should, once you get it going, be quite easy. Basically take your unpicker and just gradually try to unpick the stitches that are around the collar. So yeah, and I'll show you what you do once you unpick them. You need to do it on just one side, I think, because then once you're on the other side, all you've got to do is just once you're on the other side, you just got to pull it all off. Kind of get what I mean. Now, with the collar, you can actually see just where I'm picking away here, the actual strikingly big difference there is to the actual collar and the original material, because that's the original colour it would have been. That's the colour it is now. So basically you can either do the two ways. You can unpick the collar. You can do a way where you try and stretch it here and you just unpick like that. That is slightly harder, but it still gets the job done. The other way is you do this. You find a stitch and you basically just put that underneath it, put it up, cut, and so on and so on and so on until you've finished the whole bleeding thing. And once you've done that, I'll get to that in the next cutscene. So once you've unpicked one side of the collar, it should look like this. That is just the lining that's inside the collar. Don't do anything with that, otherwise you ruin the collar. So you unpick one side, this is what you do next. Basically, damn it, make sure you don't do what I just did, which is with a couple of seams that have been left, they cause the shirt to start to fray, because you're basically just getting rid of the seams of the actual shirt. So, damn it, I thought I had this one off. Come on. So, there's your collar. Now, shirts, I've seen some shirts that were in the war that were collarless and they had special collars that could fit on, and they look exactly like this. I've seen some original ones, they look exactly like this collar. Anyway, so now basically you have just finished your shirt. Now you finished your shirt. Now if you're lazy, you'll leave the collar and the arms, or if you have no time. But if you really want to do this properly, you need to sew up the collar and you need to sew up the shoulders. Otherwise, it'll just fall to bits and look incredibly scruffy. But yeah, that's basically it. I've got to just unpick these, and then that should be done. There's two types. I think the earlier war variant was, this part was green, but there were some early war ones which weren't green. It just depended on the company that really made them. But anyway, this is the version that I'm making. So, yep, I'll probably do a cutscene now, and I'll sew up the bits that need to be sewn up, and unpick the bits that need to be unpicked. So, yep, bye. Hi guys, so, yep, cutscene again. So, here the shirt, I've finished the shirt basically. So, yeah, as you can see, I've picked off all of the loose threads from the pockets and the shoulder boards. No, the epaulettes, sorry. I keep saying shoulder boards because I've been doing lots of German stuff. So, yeah, I've sewn up the shoulders. And I've sewn the collar. I think I've done quite a good job. Whoops, a daisy. So, yep, so that's the shirt finished. That's all you really need to do to convert a 1960s, 50s army shirt into being a World War II one. So, yeah, that's it. If you think it's bad or you don't like how I've done it, then I defy you to go and do it yourself and see if you can make it a better one, because it's quite hard. But if you use the right tools, then it's usually quite quick in something. So just taking the pockets off was easy, but sewing the arms back together with the body, that was really hard, because it's like you put the needle through on that side, and then you put it through on this side, and then you put it to the other side, and you put it through this side again, and then you realise that you've pulled out some of the thread, so you have to start again. That happened to me like twice on each arm. Anyway, so no negativeness. That is basically my tutorial on how to convert 1960s, 50s army shirt into being a Second World War I British Army shirt, obviously, into being a Second World War British collarless shirt. So yeah. Oh, if you want to go really far, what you can do is you can cut that label out. I don't want to do that. That's just my name label, because I lent it to my school. You can cut that label out, and you can print off on a piece of this sticky double-sided thing. I'd forgotten what it's called. And you can print off something that looks like this, which is it's upside down. This is basically just a label which should go inside a battle dress blouse, but this one obviously isn't inside a battle dress blouse. It's yeah, you can find those on the internet. Just type in battle dress or any uniform labels, and there'll almost certainly be people who've done them. And then I didn't do it with this one, which was silly, but what you should do with them is you should put them onto Word, and then you should saturize it, because if you saturize it, then you can get rid of all the nasty background crap, and you should crop it as well, which I haven't done in this one very well. So yeah, that's basically the end of the tutorial. I will be going to the warm line in Hampshire, watercress line, and I shall be wearing this to it. So, yep, comment, subscribe, bye. Wait guys, don't go. Just had a brainwave. I'll do a comparison between how the shirts looked before, comparison after. So that's after it was edited. That's what it looked like beforehand. No way am I editing that one, because that is one of the best shirts I have. So yeah, you can see the main differences are, because this is an early shirt to this one, and it's made by a different company, was that it had this thing up there, which this one didn't have. But anyway, that it's actually better if they have that, because it's more original style. So yeah, you can basically see that I just taken off the pockets, blum blum, and the epaulettes, and the collar. So yeah, there's basically just a small comparison between two before and after. So yeah, that's wartime and not wartime. Well, actually, officers wore those shirts, because I did once find someone selling at a show an officer's shirt, which was exactly the same as this exact same pattern. It was 1944 dated, private commission. I didn't buy it. I wish I had. But anyway, I definitely did see one. One of my friends bought it, I think. So anyway, yeah, that's basically it. So they were used during the war, no matter whatever anyone says, they were used during the war, because the shirt that I found, the label said 1944. So unless someone's messing with everyone and being an absolute troll by sewing a new label in, yeah, basically they used them. I've also heard of officers wearing shirts like that from veterans. I can't remember the guy's name. Anyway, there was one veteran that I met that said he saw an officer wearing a shirt like that. Anyway, so yeah, so that's basically it. So you can see the comparison. So yeah, that's it. So comment, rate, subscribe. Oh, the only thing that I forgot to mention is that the wartime ones, they should only go up to here, and that bit should actually be part of that part there. That's the only thing that you can't change with these post-war shirts. But you can, if you want to be very sneaky, and sew these two parts of the shirt together and cut off the last two buttons. But I'm not going to do that, because that's just far too much effort, seeing as that's going to be tucked into your trousers. No one's going to see it. So, and it's virtually exactly the same. So yeah, that's virtually it. So if you see a shirt like that, don't edit it, because it usually is good quality. If you see a shirt like that, edit it, because it is probably of slightly lower quality. So yeah, bye.